It's just another reason in the long term, I believe at Cardano, we could see a much wider acceptance of crypto for a currency like Cardano. Welcome back to Broke Man Finance. My name is Adam, and yes, I did shave my head. I was going bald anyway, so I said, what the hell? But I know you're not here to talk about my hair. Feel free to make fun of me in the comment section below. Do it. Maybe I look a little less like Kevin Spacey. I don't know. But I am here to talk about a crypto that I have liked more and more. Just the more information that I hear about it, I just keep digging it. And I finally said, you know what? I'm tired of holding this money on the sidelines, waiting for another play. Now is the perfect time to throw some money at this thing during this correction and see what happens. And they also had some news come out yesterday that made me even more bullish, or actually the other day that made me even more bullish. And apparently you guys read my mind. Maybe it's easier now. I don't know. But apparently you guys read my mind because I put a poll out there on which one I was going to go in on. And well, you picked it because 50%, half of you guys picked Cardano with, and right now I'm looking at 831 votes, and most of the comments, I get it, Safe Moon, I'm with you, but I wanted to expand my portfolio a little bit more, and Cardano is a perfect fit for me, I think. And in this video, I'm going to explain why I think that. But if you don't know that much about Cardano, then sit back with me. I'm gonna hit you with the highlights and explain to you why I was already optimistic about the coin itself and moving forward into the future. And then we'll get into the news that's occurred here over the past couple of days and get into price predictions. Cardano is a Generation 3 coin that was started in 2017. For comparison, Bitcoin or Dogecoin would be considered Generation 1, that Crypto 1.0. Crypto 2.0, or the second generation, would be Ethereum. Now, Cardano is that Generation 3, like I mentioned, that Crypto 3.0, because of the technology associated with it. Bitcoin is considered to be the best store of value and is often compared to gold. But Bitcoin was really never intended on being used as a currency, and so in that aspect, in that sort of dynamic, it is very inefficient. Ethereum comes along and is more technologically advanced than a Bitcoin because of the smart contracts and things that you can do with it, but it is still inefficient as far as being a currency because of the length of time that it takes to validate those transactions. Now, it is worth noting that Ethereum 2.0 will be coming out, and it's supposed to address a lot of the issues and inefficiencies that Ethereum's facing, such as that speed of transaction. And also, they're supposed to be moving from a proof of work model to a proof of stake model. And I'm going to explain that to you in just a moment, so that should make sense. But that's some of the things that Ethereum 2.0 is supposed to be working on. Plus, Bitcoin and Ethereum use a lot of energy and, well, is very inefficient in that regard as well. Cardano is considered much more eco-friendly because of their small carbon footprint. With the shift of everything becoming just much more eco-friendly, it's just another reason in the long term, I believe at Cardano, we could see a much wider acceptance of crypto for a currency like Cardano. And the more utility a crypto has, the more valuable it is going to become to society. The founders of Cardano saw the issues and inefficiencies with Bitcoin and Ethereum, and they tried to solve these problems. And you will also notice a lot of similarities between Ethereum and Cardano, mainly because the founder of Cardano was also the co-founder of Ethereum, Charles Hoskinson. Now, although they are similar, let's talk about one of their main differences. And I mentioned it earlier, proof of work versus proof of stake. Some of you out there may already know about it, so feel free to skip ahead. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I know that some of this stuff may be just old news to you because you're so up to date on crypto, but not all of us are. And for a lot of us, it's very, very new. So feel free to skip ahead. But while you're at it, make sure you subscribe and hit that like button so we can continue bringing you more and more videos. And check out my Instagram, link in the thing. It's weak as hell, trying to build it up. And there's also some good stuff in that description. Check out the links. It can make you money. Had to get that out there. Moving on. In a proof of work system, transactions are verified by miners who use their computer hardware to solve complex mathematical equations for the right to add new groups of transactions or blocks to the blockchain, which records all of the blocks and the transactions in them. This is what uses up a lot of energy. Now, it's not like somebody sitting there with a pen and a piece of paper writing down these equations. That's not the way it works. The hardware, the computer hardware, is what's doing the brunt of the work. It's only by solving these problems that a new block can be added to the last block of the blockchain, and by being the first to solve one of these mathematical puzzles and add new transactions to the blockchain, a miner is rewarded with a block reward and transaction fee in the form of cryptocurrency, such as Bitcoin. Proof of stake works a little bit differently. Instead of miners, there are validators. These validators don't use hardware to solve complex mathematical puzzles. Instead, they lock up or stake their crypto as collateral for the right to verify the transactions. Factors like the size of the stake and how long the crypto has been staked helps determine who gets the right to verify transactions. So in a proof of stake, the more coins that you hold, the more you're going to be able to validate and the more reward you're going to receive. So it pays to hold more. But it's not like Bitcoin where everybody can just be running their hardware and just using up all this energy because they're mining and it doesn't really matter. They're just going to be mining at the same rate unless they have more and more hardware. The more skin you have in the game, like in proof of stake, the more reward potential you have. I hope that makes sense. Since it takes an enormous amount of energy to mine on the proof of work system, it's just assumed that we're going to have to move to a more efficient system eventually. At some point, we're going to have to, and we're already kind of shifting towards that direction now, and that's where proof of stake comes in. Not only that, but the fees associated with proof of work is much higher, such as the gas fees for Ethereum. As Ethereum gains in value, so does the gas fees for transaction, meaning it costs more and more to make a transaction as the value of Ethereum goes up. One of the biggest knocks against Bitcoin and Ethereum is the speed of the transactions. Now, Bitcoin can do around 4 per second, and Ethereum, I believe, is approximately 20 per second, but that is nowhere near Cardano. Cardano has the potential to verify millions of transactions per second, which is one of the reasons it gives it so much potential utility in the future. Now, it's not currently at those numbers because the demand isn't there to have that many transactions right now on Cardano. But the fact is that they could turn it up. I'm sure there's probably not just a switch to turn it up, but all they have to do is turn it up, and it's already embedded in there that they can take that on. Another reason I like Cardano is because Cardano is deflationary, meaning there is a cap on the amount that will be created. That supply right now is capped at 45 billion, which sounds like a lot until you start looking at some of these other popular cryptos or tokens that has a supply in the quadrillions range. Yes, plural. Now, currently, Cardano has approximately 31.9 billion in circulation. And for comparison's sake, Bitcoin also has a max supply, and it is 21.5 billion with approximately 18.9 billion in circulation. Now for the news that sent the Cardano price up. Cardano is still the fourth largest cryptocurrency by market cap and is currently sitting at $1.64 at the time of this filming. And just like we all know, volatility is off the hook in cryptos, so that can move anywhere by the time this comes out or you watch it. At its current price, Cardano is re-emerging to prices observed on Wednesday when ADA reached as high as $1.77. ADA is still far off from its high of $2.46, but I think we're moving in that direction, which it achieved that a couple weeks ago on May 16th. Friday, Cardano started rolling out its Alonzo testnet. The update, named after math and computer scientist Alonzo Church, adds smart contracts to the blockchain, meaning that Cardano is resolutely on the way to integrating decentralized applications to its blockchain. The Alonzo mainnet is expected to go live by the end of August. Charles Hoskinson said the most critical engineering path, integration path, coordination path, and community path are for the next 90 days. The smart contract functionality would put Cardano in a direct competition with Ethereum, whose blockchain is the second largest by market cap. Now, Charles mentioned that the next 90 days is going to be critical for Cardano. I agree. I also agree that in that time is a great time to start stocking up on Cardano because I see Cardano hitting those all-time highs again sooner than later. And when I say sooner than later, I'm saying over just the next few months. Long term, I don't see why Cardano cannot. I know everybody on YouTube likes to say this, but I see Cardano at some point being between 15, and I'm saying in the next few years, being between $15 and $20. This is a crypto that could more then 10 times your money. And there's not a lot of cryptos I can say that same thing for as far as just over the next 3 to 5 years. I can't say that about all of them, but I can say that about Cardano, and that's why I am going in so strong on this crypto. I just believe in it. And if you do or don't, let me know in the comment section below on why. But for now, I got to go tan my head and get ready to buy some more Cardano. But as always, I hope anything you're invested in makes you rich as a mofo. I hope everyone out there stays safe, and I hope you all take care.